everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna discuss how we can reduce stress, anxiety, and stop feeling overwhelmed. I believe when it comes to stress, we either don't know how to manage our time, energy, and other resources, or we have more on our plate than we can manage. As a result, this causes a chaos in our everyday life and a lack of control. So in order to avoid this and keep your anxiety levels healthy, there are a couple of things you can do to get back to your normal. Think of this video as a lifesaver backup plan whenever you feel overwhelmed or stressed out. I'll talk about some instant practical solutions to this that I've tried and worked very well, as well as some helpful mindset shifts. So without further ado, let's get started. You are overwhelming yourself. I'm not saying this to blame you, I'm simply telling this so you can become aware of it. Stress, anxiety, tension, these are all emotions and they don't always prove the fact that you have a life that stresses you out. Maybe you choose to be stressed even though you don't have much going on in your life. Think about it. Everyone is somehow busy. We live in a busy world, but not everyone is overwhelmed. Maybe you think about everything you gotta do now and in the future at the same time, which of course will make you more anxious because you're not able to do them all at once. Maybe you have high expectations, so you create a pressure on yourself. Whatever this stress-causing mindset is, be aware that you are the creator and at any time you can change this or let it go. I personally get trapped by this a lot, so if I feel that, overwhelming feeling is coming up, I try to ignore and do things step by step. Now, after this quick reflecting talk on why we feel stressed, let's move on to some practical actions we can take. Simplify your life. One of the most important things you can do to reduce stress is to minimize, simplify your life. You can do this by eliminating some steps of your daily routine. I recently did that with my morning routine since it started to feel like a whole to-do list in itself. You can do it in your, skincare routine, workout routine, study routine if you feel like you need a rest at least for a while, to give your mind a break. Secondly, you can update your workload, work schedule to an extent that will give you more time to relax and refresh. Or if you're not able to do this for work, you can do it in other aspects such as house chores. You can go for simpler recipes or order food outside. You can pay someone to clean your house or ask your household. Just try to accept less to your plate and you'll find balance again over time. Be a busy bee, but with your hobby. The title may sound contradictory to what I've just said in the previous one, but here we're talking about hobbies. In other words, activities that we do in free time for fun. Today, it's scientifically proven that hobbies that require minimum brain activity and focus, such as sewing, painting, and drawing, work almost like a meditation on our bodies and make us relax. Often, when we feel overwhelmed, we think we need some time to do nothing, but researchers prove the opposite. By letting your brain to be completely free, you actually circle back to thinking old stressing topics at the end of the day. In reality, we need to spend time doing less rather than doing nothing. So in those times, deciding to not take any action could be the worst thing you can ever do. To cut a long story short, make your daily to-do list more simple and use the free time you have for a hobby you're interested in. Make a list. If you struggle with huge to-do lists every day, take a pen and paper, not your iPad, not your phone or a notes app, old school pen and paper, and start making a list of everything. Maybe you make daily lists, weekly lists, but this time you'll catch everything on your mind that distracts you from functioning well throughout the day, or the thought of it makes you anxious. Projects, moving plans, bills, what to eat for dinner, dentist appointment, election, politics, kids, where to go for travel this summer, whatever it is, put them all onto paper and try working on it this way if you've never done it before. Make sure there's nothing left to write down and let me know how you feel now. Try journaling or opening up about your situation. As you understood by now, I'm focused on being too busy or scattered in headspace as the reason of stress in this video. But instead of work, if someone, a specific situation is making you stressed, you can try talking about that with your loved one. None of you have to come up with a solution. Or if you're feeling uncomfortable, you can try journaling, where you ask yourself questions and answer them to find the core reason. Here are 3 questions that I would advise reflecting on. Do I push myself too hard, or do I have high expectations from myself? And if so, how can I make them more healthy? Do I take enough rest time to reset my mind, body, and soul? Do I take life too seriously? Socialize. Socializing, on the other hand, doesn't mean you're going to open up about yourself. You can chat about totally different things and still experience reduced stress levels. Remember, we are social beings. Sometimes we live too much in our heads. If possible, visit a friend at their home or go to a nice place to meet up. If you're an introvert like me, being a homebody might be a dangerous thing that can cause more stress, negativity, and even depression. I know you're good at home and you don't feel like leaving your space, but try to socialize time to time. You have right to be lazy. Playing the lazy person can boost your creativity and actually let your brain solve problems it wasn't able otherwise. And of course, please remember, you're not a machine and we're not on this earth to constantly hustle, stress, and try to do stuff. We are here to experience life, seize the moment. So now, wherever you are, go out, take a 30-minute walk around your town, get some vitamin D, take some fresh air, and be grateful just because you're alive. My name is Kubra. You're watching my personal channel, Kubriella, where I share my daily life and routines. Today I shared my 7 tips for reducing stress and anxiety. So you can stop feeling overwhelmed and start living your life. Thanks for watching. Love you all. See you in the next one.